Hi, let us understand about properties of a module. Properties decide how that particular module should perform its task. Properties will be added into a module as a child element with name and value. Let us take an example of a module. Let me get into Java.doc comments. Let me take the example of Java.doc method. Here, the list of possible property that can be added against this particular module is listed, and each and every property will have a default value. For any need, if the default value needs to be changed, I can very well override using the configuration file. For any reason, if I want to override the default value, I can add a child property element with name and value. Let us see a small example. I do have a sample project where I have added a module constant name, and I do have a sample Java file, and that will be built using and build script. And within and build script, I have provided the configuration file as well as what should happen on the violation. Now let me go ahead and build this particular project. The build is successful. Let me go ahead and open the report. I have added only one module, that is constant name, and there is no violation related to the constant name. Now I am going to add another module to do the audit. I am adding another module, Java.doc method. This is going to verify whether the Java documentation added for all the method or not. Let me go ahead and execute the same project. Let me refresh the report. Yes, it listed few errors. And what is the severity of the error? What particular error message is? Now let's get into the details about the setting the property for this particular module. I do have Java.doc method. I am going to add a property and a value. Now against the Java.doc method module, I am adding a property with the name severity, and I am passing the value as info. Let's go ahead and check the documentation. Intentionally I have put severity because we need to have the understanding on the module hierarchy and the property inheritance. So this is the module that we are working on. Within this, I don't have the module severity. From where it is coming? So that's where the module inheritance or the hierarchy comes into picture. The parent of this particular module is tree walker. If I get into the tree walker, and if I check the properties, I don't have the property severity here as well. Let me get into the parent of this particular tree walker, that is checker. Within checker, I do have the property severity, and the possible value for severity is any of this: ignore, info, warning or error. As we discussed earlier, the modules are arranged based on the hierarchy, and it can be understood from this specific picture. Checker is the root of all the modules. Within that, we do have file set check, filter, file filter, audit listener. Within file set check, we do have the tree walker, and within the tree walker, we do have the Java.doc method. So that's how we have this particular hierarchy: the checker, tree walker, Java.doc method. Wherever I am adding the property, that particular property will get inherited, or it will override in its module as well as in its submodule. In case if I wanted the severity to be set as info for all the modules under the checker, I can set the property over here. The type of value for the property, it could be any of these values, that is, these are all the property types, and the entire list is available within this specific URL of Checkstyle. So the property can be of any of these types, right from string, boolean, string set, integer, regular expression, URI, and the possible values and the example is listed over here. So we have seen how to set the property and how the property value will get inherited to its submodule. Let us run another example. Now with this particular property set, that is the severity is set as info, and all the violations that is getting identified against the Java.doc method will be marked as info. Let me go ahead and execute the project. A Checkstyle target is executed. Let me go ahead and refresh the report. So all the violations against the Java.doc method will be marked as info. So in a quick summary, we have seen how to set the property of a method and how to control its behavior, as well as how the property value will get inherited to the submodules, and what are all the different list of property types that we can set against the property value.